GM. In this video, we are going to discuss about AI and about NESA org. NESA, which is a layer one, AI layer one. And I'm going to explain a few things about AI, that are very key to understand, especially, in 2025 where AI is everywhere. So NESA org is a layer one where basically the goal is to decentralize AI. So why is it so important to decentralize AI? That's something nobody really talks about. A lot of Web2 bros are like chatting about AI all day and like how AI is more important than crypto. But in the end, I think crypto will most likely help AI way more than we think. And the main idea is like, let's say you have an AI model and let's say you have data, where do you store your data? Where do you train your model? And how do you train your model? Can you have some privacy on that? And that's the thing NESA org is trying to solve. There is also like, I won't say a competitor, but another like solution, which is 0G, right? Was on Q42, NESA org 2. And it's a very interesting one. Really recommend you to go follow the Twitter and like check out their posts. I think you will learn so much about AI, about many stuff. So it's kind of like a NESA will kind of like be like a competitor of Bit-Tensor. They have similarities on some stuff, about how to train the models on chain, privacy and everything. But the concept and like token economics is way different. And for example, me, I really like Tao. I think it's a great concept, but I don't like the token economics at all, right? And you have a lot of influencers like shilling you Tao. I'm like, okay, but like token economics is not optimal. And I think at 7 billion FDV, it's pretty fairly valued, right? So I'm not really a buyer here. Not really. So that's why I'm more focused on like trying to figure out upcoming competitors I think will be very efficient to basically like invest on them. And so the main idea is like when you have like the main, I would say, three main idea in AI is like the data, training your models, and then the inference. So how can you have privacy on that? And so of course data is like data you can store and like have some edge on that. I think I'm doing an upcoming video regarding that part, and like one project will come on Q42 that is trying to solve that part. The second part is like training the model, and then you have all these inference of basically AI models being already trained and like being able to give outputs based on the data, And so for example, the idea would be like, let's say you have a model, so the bot, right? Like the AI model. And you show him like some fruits and he will be able to guess, oh, this is like a peach, this is like a strawberry, this is like, he will say, oh, like do some mistakes, right? But then you have the model being trained and executing. You can go have a look at the website. There is a lot of stuff regarding AI. Even for me, it's overwhelming. But that's definitely a tier one project. And that's something we discussed about, on Q42 Twitter. Really recommend you to have a look at the Twitter. When it comes to VC, so investing in companies before they are being listed, you want to invest in tier one project or upcoming tier one project. So what I mean by that is like projects that have key specificities that will make it like a super like high standard project that will become like a tier one. So we have like all the tier one projects like Solana, Ethereum, and so on. So you want to guess the potential super early on those projects to invest early, and then if they become like really what you want them to become, right? You can make like some crazy returns. And this is where like the 10x, 20x, 30x plus can come from, It's like spotting those outliers super early on. So feel free to have a look on Q42. We had like a bunch of sales these days, mainly focused on infrastructure, robotics, trying to solve like some fragmentation on EVM, agent on chain, yielding, DeFi and everything. So really recommend you to have a look at Q42 and also like have a look at NESA. They have a lot of documentation, and that's also the part of like VCs. Like sometimes, spending so much time trying to understand what are those projects doing, you learn so much, right? I think from NESA, looking at the doc, I have learned so many things about like AI, how complex it is, how you can basically encrypt and decrypt between the client side and like the server, or like all this kind of stuff to make sure like your model are like safe and secured, right? And I think that's how you become a better investor. I see too many. That's a big alpha. Too many of you like just scrolling, too much on Twitter or whatsoever, or like and not really trying to learn a bunch of stuff, And I know AI is overwhelming, right? But that's the cool part. And so Neza, like, if you are like a user, you can use it to train your model and like to have some inference on chain, or it's more to target like enterprise, where basically like some companies want to have their like I would say AI model to make it very simple, like more secured, or like they have more, like I would say they don't give the access to like Amazon Web Service or whatsoever. They will use like Neza. So yeah, that's a cool one, very interesting one. Really recommend you to have a look at the Twitter, look at the videos, because AI is such a big thing. And for now, if we look at the project being listed in crypto on the AI like narrative, I'm like, there is so much, there is so much room for like some crazy returns. So I think it's a very important thematics, right? And it's not that easy to get exposure from tokens already being listed, right? You have some field, FET, all the tokens. You have a lot of agent token virtuals, creator bid, and few other ones. But I would say it's still very poor. Like we can still have like so many more projects, building cool stuff, and that's why I'm very excited, and I'm trying to figure out how to get more AI exposure in crypto, right? So that's it. Those were your quants about Nessa.org. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care and see you soon for another video.